As natural wood species go, redwood is in a class of its own. A sustainable alternative to tropical hardwoods, redwood is grown and harvested to the highest environmental standards in the world. Named for the dark red heartwood at the center of the tree, redwood imparts natural beauty, warmth, and durability to interior and exterior building applications, including decking, fencing, paneling, siding, exposed beams and timbers, pergolas, and other shade structures. To learn more about redwood from Humboldt Sawmill, please visit getredwood.com. Join us this September 18th and 19th at the beautiful Endicott College campus in Beverly, Massachusetts for the Fine Homebuilding Summit, where the best minds in residential design and construction come together. This premier two-day event is all about elevating the way we design, build, and run successful, inspiring construction businesses. You'll hear from some of the most respected leaders in the industry as they share insights on the future of home building through expert-led sessions, interactive roundtable discussions, supplier exhibits, and hands-on networking. And don't miss a special highlight, a live taping of the Fine Homebuilding Podcast right from the summit floor. Early bird pricing is available now. Book online before June 15th to save $100 off the full registration rate and guarantee your spot at our exclusive networking happy hour. Head over to summit.finehomebuilding.com to register today. We can't wait to see you there. Thanks. Our first question comes from Chip. Hi, podcast team. In the last few years, I've been trying to up my carpentry game. I've been doing more elaborate finished carpentry, build-ins, hardwood trim. It's nothing too crazy, but I'd call it mainstream high-end. I've also been trying my hand at furniture and build-ins around my house. I've learned that sharp hand tools really help do good work. How do you all suggest sharpening hand tools like planes and chisels? Is there a way to sharpen that doesn't take forever or cost hundreds of dollars? This is a fantastic question. Grant, what do you think about this? I would describe you as a good carpenter.
Yeah, so it will take some time for sure whenever you're sharpening. I always feel like to do a good job, but I use a honing guide, like for chisels. I think it's from Veritas, I think is the name of it. I think actually Patrick had one before the show. So yeah, there you go.
It's a Veritas Mark II honing guide. Yeah.
That's what I use on like diamond stones or water stones. I just had a small set of stones I got from the local woodworking supply. So I don't go, I probably take my chisels to like what a woodworker might consider 75% sharp, like a true hand woodworker. But that's plenty sharp enough for finished carpentry and that type of stuff.
Can I ask you, Grant, how did you learn how to do this? Because there is a learning curve with using this stuff, I have found. And boy, my first couple of efforts were frustrating to say the least.
Yeah. So I learned most of my sharpening from my grandfather originally. And he had some wooden jigs and stuff like that on stones. And then when I got the jig, that just made it a little easier. For a while, and a lot of times he was talented enough, he could hold like his angles by hand. I couldn't do that. But then once I did the jig, honestly, the YouTube School of Carpentry helps people out a lot there too.
What do you think about this, Mike?
I have two sets of chisels. One that's brand new, still in the box. And the other set is one I use for nail embedded wood and rocks. So I am not an aficionado of sharpening tools. I do have some good planes though. And I rely on what I learned in Fine Homebuilding Magazine, like maybe 12 or 14 years ago. Chris Green, who used to be an editor there, has a really good, I think anyway, a really good method for sharpening chisels. And he hollow grinds the middle of the face.
The bevel.
The bevel, yep, with a regular round grinding wheel. And what that does is it takes off all the excess metal that you end up spending hours trying to plane when you really only need the very tip. And then so that way he can put it on a guide and then use either a whetstone or a diamond stone and a diamond sharpener and then just grind that little tiny bit, that last eighth of an inch or so. And he can split a hair with his chisels once he's done with that method.
I would say it takes really using sharp tools to know how fun they are to use. And, the stuff you get that you think is sharp new in the package is nowhere close to like how a good woodworker would want their chisels and planes. So fine woodworking is how I learned under the tutelage of Mike Pekovich and others there on the editorial staff. And I thank them because, like I said, it takes really using sharp stuff to know how awesome it is. But sandpaper on glass or a cast iron machine is a more affordable way to sharpen stuff. And I would agree with Grant that the honing guide from Veritas is the way to go, because unless you're Grant's grandfather and can hold the chisel or plane iron at that same angle for sometimes hours, you won't get a sharp edge. So this helps with that. Some folks use slow speed grinders like the Tormek, but Chip, those cost hundreds of dollars, but they do take a lot of the labor out of it. If you guys ever use one of these things, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we had one at the woodworking shop, and Kelly Dunton, who was an art director there at the time, showed me how to use it, and that thing is way less work if you can swing the price.
Yeah, another suggestion I have for Chip is try to find maybe some local resource. So either, your woodworking supply store has always been a good spot for me. Like if you have like a woodworkers guild, that type thing. A lot of times you'll find people there who are more than happy to go over how to sharpen with you, because it's fun for them. And so it's always nice to have some resources in your community. I try to seek those people out.
I have a series of diamond stones and a 4,000 and 8,000 grit combination water stone, and they work pretty good, but it is hundreds of dollars in kit by the time you buy the sharpening guide and the stones. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Grant?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
You were gonna say buy a boat instead.
No, I was gonna say actually, but you can get some even more expensive stones. You can get some stones that are $500, $600, $700 a piece for real high end sharpening. But
like anything, you can fetishize it and go to the crazy level. And there are plenty of YouTubes to show you what that looks like. Folks who competitively plane boards, trying to get the longest shaving in Japan and all kinds of weird stuff. It's freaking awesome.
To Mike's point, just make sure you have 2 sets of chisels and don't use your nice chisels on rough work.
That's it. Yeah. I have carpentry chisels and I have woodworking chisels, and I try not to use the woodworking chisels for carpentry because then you're sad.
It's funny how it's distinguished between carpentry work and woodworking work. Two different.
Do you think that's a distinction that not many folks make, or is it
probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think a lot of people don't make that distinction, but yeah, it's a whole different, home building and carpentry is, at least in our minds, is different than fine woodworking. And that's why there were 2 magazines.
And that was a painful first year of my Taunton experience, learning that was a big difference.
Yeah, indeed.